Laura, anybody here? What's the story? Why so quiet?
You know, yesterday was her birthday, and you missed it.
Ain't the question I asked you. You, what's wrong with your sister? What's going on here? Eyes over here. It ain't your mother you're talking to.
Some guy pushed Tanya into the bathroom at the college and felt her all over.
What are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
Yes.
I'm gonna protect my daughter, my family, the way I always do. Understand? That's what I'm gonna do.
Tony, don't.
No, Dad. No. I don't want to be anywhere near him. You're just gonna make everything worse.
Listen, this ain't over, sugar. All right? All you gotta do is come with me, point him out, you can go back to the car, and I'll take care of the rest. Now let's go. You come with me. Come on. That's it. Come on. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Stop! Get up! What are you doing?
What?
What the fuck are you doing?
Why what?
Why are you doing this?
You hear me? Get up. Go.
Leave him alone. What are you doing?
Go. Fucking baby.
Stop!
Come on. Come on. Get your fucking ass up.
Stop! Gino, get secure.
Get up. I'm Tony Napoli.
And?
And what? Ain't I supposed to introduce myself here?
First, well, we don't give last names. Second, why are you here?
Okay. I'm Tony Nap. Tony. And I'm a professional drinker.
Yeah, me too, buddy.
See, I cut this kid's nuts off. For feeling up my daughter. I had a few in me when I did it. So the judge thought it'd be a good idea to send me to sit shoulder to shoulder with you fellas. For a while. Thought maybe that might benefit me. Alright, damn it. I'm Tony. And I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Tony. How you doing, Tony? Welcome.
But let me tell you something. In order for me to tell my story, I gotta start with my father. He ran the biggest numbers in gambling empire on the East Coast for I don't know how many years. That's because he did things right. He was just a young punk with a crew in the neighborhood when he met the big guys for the first time. And he made the best of it.
I gotta go.
Where you going?
I gotta take care of business. What business? I'm cooking.
For what? Where are you going in such a hurry?
I know. I'll be back later, all right?
When?
Later.
It's ridiculous, really.
You know why I gotta be home?
For what? You got another guy up there waiting for you or something?
The only other guy up there is Frankie Yale, and he ain't up there because I asked him to me. Hey, Frankie. This is Jimmy.
I know this tough guy is supposed to be going up to Mom's place. You know who I am?
Yeah, I know who you are.
Good. Listen, I'm gonna have a use for you.
Flattered you think so.
You're smart. You know how to drive a truck?
Ooh, I look like a woman? Yeah, I know how to drive a truck.
Okay then. You ever been to Chicago?
I've never been outside Brooklyn.
This is your chance. I need you to make a delivery to a college of mine out there. Can you handle that?
Yeah, I could do that.
That's how my old man really got into the business. He and his crew have been pulling little jobs in the neighborhood, but to be a driver for Frankie Yale, well, that was something else entirely. That meant respect. This was during Prohibition, and my old man would drive bootleg beer to Al Capone.
Boss wants to talk to you.
What's he want to see me for?
Don't ask no questions, kid. When the boss wants to talk to you, you go see him. Capiche?
So my father didn't know what to think. He didn't know if he broke too many bottles, or what else he might have done.
Come in. Hello. Say hello to Louise's. She was just leaving.
A pleasure to meet you.
How are you, man?
Oh, this one has manners. Hard to believe he's a friend of yours. Give my regards to New York.
You wanted to see me, boss?
You. That boxer. That Dago they call the torpedo.
I guess some people call me that.
That's good. Torpedoes, they destroy things, right? So do you destroy things?
I'm whatever you want me to be, boss.
That's good. That's good. You got a good head on your shoulders.
I try.
Yeah. This business is a tough business. It's a tough business. Once you're in, the only way out is a pine box. You know that. Well, I got something for you, but I had to make sure you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready, boss. Whatever it is, I'm ready.
See, I grew up watching the show, The Untouchables. I watched it on television, but never realized essentially I was watching a whole movie. I remember Walter Winchell, the announcer's voiceover, while fellow agent Joe Fusilli lay dying on a Chicago street in Elliot Ness's arms. Al Capone was living it up in a Chicago nightclub. It would never be known to the world that the man Capone kissed in that back room, in the mafia ritual known as the kiss of death, the man who was chosen to commit the murder was none other than the torpedo from Brooklyn, Jimmy Napoli. This is a men's club. One of those places that cater only to wise guys. It's not that you flash a laminated card announcing your membership into the Italian Mafia to get in, but the guys that belong in these joints know who they are, and they're just like any other group of booze-fueled macho men. Not all these guys like each other.
Hey, Vito, how'd you make out with that broad the other night, huh?
Hey, screw you, Joey. You know how I made out.
Oh, so the usual, huh?
Little shit, you better let it go.
Wow, I'm just breaking your balls a little bit. You should be used to it by now.
I told you to shut your face, you little punk. Now here I come. Now say something else. Say something else.
What do you want me to say? You fucking ugly?
Now, even before my father's work with Capone, his personality was so big that it walked into the room before he did. But after his work in Chicago, it just got bigger. All the hoods knew him, and they were smart enough to show him respect. That's me.
The rules are the fucking rules.
That shit ass is a plainclothes New Jersey police captain. said something about how this is Jersey, not the city, and if I wanted to work on his turf, I had to pay the people in charge. So I told him, meet me in a parking lot at a bar down the block in an hour, and I give him what he wants. I was an hour late. He wanted something from me. Make the bastard wait, right? But he ain't too happy with what I gave him.
Come on, enough, Tony. Enough. Tony, you gonna take a pinch of this guy? Tony, come on. Tony, think about it, Tony. So what? Tony, you're gonna kill him. So what? This...
Rat bastard.
Come on.
Come to my place? You talking bad about my people? And telling me I gotta pay your ass.
Tony, enough. Tony, you're gonna kill him. Come on, don't kill the stupid man. Come on. Come on.
It ain't easy getting away with something like this, not unless you got a dad like mine, who happens to know a judge, and that snazzy gentleman there, that's the old man himself. He's about to do the exile.
Dad, this isn't gonna happen again.
You're right, it ain't gonna happen again. This ain't ever gonna happen again. Do you know why you're here? Huh? Do you know why you're here instead of some filthy jail cell? Because a judge did me a favor. A judge did me a favor.
Look, I'll do whatever.
Do what? Go back and make like it didn't happen, huh? Go back and use that block of concrete you have on your shoulders for once? No, you're gonna do what I tell you. You're leaving town for a while.
What? What? And go where?
How should I know? Just get the hell out of my sight. Somewhere where nobody look for a bum like you.
For how long?
What are you, stupid? That booze finally eat your brain? You go until you can't come back. into the state of New Jersey, and every cop in it ain't looking to kill you. I don't care where you go. Don't call.
And that was that. I left and ended up in New Mexico. Still, as shitty as New Mexico is, I'd probably rather do it again. Look, I'm a fighter. I mean literally. I've been fighting all my life, from the time I was a kid. See, fighting came naturally to me. So it makes sense that the woman that I would finally fall for would fight back.
Hi, honey.
Good night, Charles.
Right? Hey, honey. I need another. Make it a double, will you?
You better buy a bottle in the store and take it home. We're closed.
I don't think you heard me, damn it. I said I needed a drink, now.
I heard you just fine, you drunk. You need to learn to listen. I said we're closed, okay? Come on.
You know who I am? If that glass doesn't have a double scotch in it, I get it myself.
I know who you are. And if you had conscience, you'd leave town yesterday. Save your father a bunch of heartache.
Father. Okay.
Look, what do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? Come on. Huh? Come on.
You know who I am? And you know I do what I want.
What I want? I want to be there when Jimmy Nap catches up to you after I tell him what his bump son did to his bar last night. That's what I want.
Sure you do. Look, maybe we got off on the wrong foot. What's your name, honey? Because I want to know the name of the broad I'm dancing.
I hope you plus one girl, because you ain't getting mine.
Yeah, it was a fight just to get to dance with her. But after that, things moved pretty fast. Man, I was in love. We went everywhere together. It was only natural I would ask her to marry me. Laura and her mother were ecstatic. Matter of fact, a lot of people were happy. They thought maybe this was what I needed to settle down. But not everybody was pleased with these, how would you call it, developments.
Yeah, Dad. I gotta tell you something.
What, you owe somebody else money?
No. It's Laura and me. We're getting married.
What? What did you just say?
Me and Laura are getting married.
No, I heard you, you ungrateful little... You know I make the rounds of this neighborhood paying off gamblers and Shylocks for money you owe. Every chance you get, everything you do turns sour, and now you want to bring that sweet little girl into this? You can't even take care of yourself, and you want to bring someone else in on it? Ruin that girl's life too? That ain't gonna happen to you, not while I'm still around. You're leaving town again. You're leaving town again. No.
You're wrong,
no.
Dad. I ain't going nowhere. I'm marrying Laura.
Hello? Hello?
Daddy-O wasn't happy, but at that point, I didn't care. Things moved along without him, though. I was happy, Laura was happy, and we were getting ready to formalize our love. We couldn't wait to get on with spending the rest of our lives together. And then, we were only one day away, and the old man calls.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be there.
Who was that?
That was my dad. He said he wants me to meet him in the street in 15 minutes.
I thought this was gonna be one of those moments, that I cherish and remember for the rest of my life. I thought my dad had come around and that he had realized I was ready to move forward with my life and that I was grown up and the silliness was behind me, that I was ready to stand next to my old man instead of behind him. In fact, Jimmy Nap had not come around. Seems he meant what he said. And when I went against his wishes, after all he'd done for me, well, he wasn't pleased. But if I'm nothing else, I'm tough. I'll tell you something. Even though I had to take that beating from my father, Jimmy Nap, one day before I got married, I realized I screwed up a lot of things in my life. But marrying Laura wasn't one of them. She and my daughters are the best thing I have ever done.
Come on, Jimmy.
Eventually, the old man came around, and I was glad for a lot of reasons.
He's a bum.
Later, I got to be there when he received one of the highest honors in his profession. The cops finally caught up with Jimmy. Stupid RICO laws allowed them to catch up with a bunch of guys. Jimmy spent 7 years in jail, and when he did, to protect the business he did for the families, they made him. And when he finally went away, somebody had to take care of things.
Hey, Tony. Frankie's in for a big surprise
Him gone,
tonight, huh?
I had to make sure all the workers in his numbers business didn't steal the bank blind. It's not something I especially wanted to do, but it had to be done. I never agreed with my father that talking always worked better than force. And with him gone, these guys decided to keep a little extra for themselves. This meant sometimes I had to get extracurricular.
You get pick up? Pick up what?
You know what thing.
I don't know what thing.
Listen, I'm here to pick it up now.
Listen, man, I don't know what thing you're talking about. I really don't.
You don't know? Good, good. You don't know what the fuck he's talking about? Where's my money? Finally, the time came to answer to the big men. The 5 families had agreed my father was the banker for them all in the numbers business, so that business was there. With all this action going on while Jimmy Nap was away, I got called for a sit-down with Fat Tony Solano, the underboss of the Genovese family in Harlem. I didn't know what to expect.
Been kind of rough with the old man in the joint, huh, Tom?
Yeah, I got controls running wild out there. Had to bust a few heads, but now I got them in control.
Listen, I got some good news for you. We're bumping you up, you're going on honor roll.
I was honored to be considered and excited. A man in my line of work can't get any more respect than what they offered me. But it wasn't to be. I was never a made man. My father requested they withdraw the offer. I used to worry that eventually my old man would have to have me killed. But that didn't happen. I used to dream about it at night when I slept, and sometimes when I was awake. But somehow I managed to stay just on the right side of that line. And in the end, it wasn't my father who cleaned me up. It was the courts and a few other things. Court gave me 3.5 years probation. I gotta go to this VA hospital and attend the AA meetings. My world's completely changed. With my father gone, I think he'd finally be proud. I'm sure of it. These days, I spend my time helping veterans get the benefits they deserve, keeping my sobriety, loving my family, and with Jimmy Nap gone, finally, I'm my own Don.